Hi everyone, and welcome to the Capricorn January 2022 mid-month engagement reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, which is a place for you to better connect, experience, and illuminate for yourself your own spiritual importance. So this reading here, we're going to take a look at the points of curiosity, courage, and contemplation, meaning we are going to look at where Spirit would like you to be curious, where Spirit would like you to be courageous and take action, and a point of contemplation to keep in mind for the rest of the month to kind of connect this whole message, or this whole reading together. Now, Capricorn, when I was feeling into your energy, I really got a feeling of pain for some of you, and I'm sorry if you guys are going through a really tough time right now. I got an image. I don't always get these intuitive hits like this, but I did get this very specifically for you guys, or for some of you guys out there, that there's a feeling of, I saw a jack-o'-lantern and I saw like somebody taking a knife and cutting out the smile in the jack-o'-lantern, and I really got this feeling of almost like you guys are grimacing, like you're smiling through the pain, and kind of putting on this fake exterior, and it's painful. And I'm again very sorry for some of you guys if you are going through this really heavy energy right now. But I do have a feeling there's going to be a very powerful message that comes through for you guys today. So I'm going to pull a card here for the concept of curiosity. And this is a point where we're going to be opening ourselves up to the energy of optimism and receptivity, right? This is what Spirit would like us to open ourselves up to be curious about, in kind of a childlike way, to be able to see something from a different perspective. Ah, beautiful message, Capricorn. It says, surrender comparisons with other people. It says, keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. Wonderful message here to be curious about. So, where are you, Capricorn, comparing yourself with other people? And how is this possibly in being aware of where this is happening? Where can you start to release that? You know, comparisons can be positive and it can be negative. When we think about that kind of concept of keeping up with the Joneses, where we're constantly comparing ourselves to our neighbors or to family members or to somebody we see on TV, there's this element of we lose our own authentic connection to our personal life experience because we are trying to live in the shadow of another's. And my personal belief is that we are all singular beings. We are, when you talk about like the Matrix being the singularity, well, we are each the singularity in our own life experience. And we have to step up and live our lives as we are called to live our lives, not how another is called to live theirs. And that's for a very good reason, because if we were all the same, then we would not have the beautiful existence that we currently exist in. We would all be trying to do just one thing, and there would be no variation. And there might be a lot to life that would get left out because everybody would be only focusing on one thing. So there's this quality coming through of it's time to let that go, because it's time to start appreciating your life as it is, your own life, and what you are meant to get out of your own life experience. Because in doing that, it allows you to fulfill the spiritual purpose and service that you are meant to. Because again, if you're trying to constantly be the neighbor next door or the person you see on TV, well, at that point, you're just basically copying another person's life experience. You're not actually living into yours. And also, in doing so, living up into your highest potential. So, Capricorn, where can you stop comparing yourself to others this week, or over the second half of this month? Because Spirit wants you to be curious, to do this kind of in an open way so that you can, I think, step into a place of peace with who you are and with your experience as it is. All right. So now I'm going to pull a card for the concept of courage. And this is where Spirit would like you, what they would like you to keep in mind as you have the courage to take action. So kind of where you should be taking action and what you should know about action this month. All right, what does Capricorn need? Oh, interesting. So we have Beaver Spirit. It says, lay a solid foundation, number 6. And number 6 is a number that aligns with love. It aligns with working together for a spiritual purpose with others. And with lay a solid foundation, there's something here with, as you're being curious and opening up to where you are comparing yourself, and as you're starting to realize, I don't need to do that. You can start to see what is somebody else's life experience and where yours, kind of like where theirs ends and yours begins. Spirit's asking you to take action towards laying a solid foundation on your life, purpose, and experience. Not on somebody else's, but what you would like. And it has to come from a place of love. That's, I think, a very important message coming through with the number 6, is that it's time to kind of keep your eyes trained on yourself and on your experience and who's in your experience, and start to really lean into it, to really understand this is my life and this is meant for me. And instead of kind of having maybe one foot out the door or watching what other people do or holding up my life experience in kind of a way of almost disappointment, I'm going to say this is my life experience. I'm going to take the power back, because courage to take action is our seat of personal power. Where we choose to take action and how we choose to change our perception is how we change our whole perspective of our life experience. And that's, I think, what's coming through very strongly here, is that it's time to commit. Commit to your life, but your life, not the life that other people are trying to get you to live. Okay, so we have a giant chunk of cards that came out here. I was going to clarify this. And we have, wow, quite a few. We have the Fool, the Empress. We have 4 of Cups. We have 8 of Swords, Ace of Cups, and Judgment. So with all of this coming through, there is an element here of starting something. And starting something where you felt like you were creating. There's an element here of a fresh start of creation. And it came from a place of being kind of dissatisfied with your life. You wanted a fresh start to create something new because you were kind of just like bored with your life. But then something happened. You hit this point where you felt like you were stuck, where you were trapped a little bit maybe of overthinking or not wanting to see something. And so you were kind of stuck in this place of, I'm bored. I tried this new start. I moved towards creating something, and I'm bored of it. I'm not emotionally connecting to it. And I'm stuck with this. And what's coming through here with the Ace of Cups and Judgment is, this is new love. This is reconnection with divine love. And with Judgment coming in, there's something coming through here about a change, an internal change around the feeling of love, around the feeling of connecting to divine love, or possibly with new love coming in. So for some of you, there's this element here of you've been feeling kind of trapped and dissatisfied for quite some time. And Spirit's trying to remind you here that you're being called to step up into the energy of love, that it's our connection between others, but specifically to knowing what's in our cup, knowing what fulfills us, knowing who we are, but on an emotional level. On a level where we love ourselves for who we are, the way that Spirit loves us. That feeling of what makes our cup runneth over. Everybody has a different set of needs and desires. And a different way to allow them to feel emotionally fulfilled. And so there's something around reconnecting with your own fulfillment, what actually is in your heart, what you want, what would make you feel great about life. And the judgment around this means that's the big point of change for you. It's almost like realizing, like waking up internally and realizing, oh, this is what I love. This is who I love. This is love in general. I'm surrounded by love. And it's time for me to start building a foundation from that place, to release this kind of frustration, this boredom, this feeling trapped that I can't kind of create the life or create the things. Could be trying to create a family, a home life, a business, something, and feeling kind of trapped and dissatisfied that it's not coming out the way that you had hoped. And this is Spirit saying, is it really not the way you hoped, or is it not the way you hoped because you're comparing it to somebody else's outcome? And it's reminding you, you have your own cup. We each have our own cup with the divine. No two people are meant to be fulfilled equally from the same cup. And so this is coming back to that sense of what fills your cup, getting to that healthy place of emotional connection with yourself, and to basically get to that place of I'm my own whole person with my own whole cup. And that realization is the call that Spirit's asking you, the judgment call of to rise up as this new individual, fully aware of your emotional connection, of what emotionally connects you to life, and then to build a foundation from that. Beautiful message. Release comparing yourself and comparing what you're experiencing to others, because what you're going to realize is you're surrounded by everything needed to fulfill you. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing to realize. Okay, so for the final point here, we're going to pull a card for contemplation. And this is something to keep in mind, to reflect on for the second half of the month. An extra message here that Spirit would like you to keep in mind. To kind of be a guide and to keep you aware. So we have the card, it says time to go, number 45, breaking down to a 9. Now this could be that maybe for some of you, it could be that there is literally new love coming in and it's time to leave a situation or a setting that you have not felt connected to, and it is literally time to go. Or this could be simply, it's a time to leave a place that, with number 9 coming through, with 45 breaking down to a 9, that's the end of a cycle. You're coming to a point where you are able to take all the lessons learned up until this point and get ready to move into the next cycle with them. And sometimes we will hold on to something because we're afraid to start that fresh cycle. We're afraid to maybe have to build a new foundation someplace else. We're afraid of what, when you think of time to go, this could be leaving a profession or a job that we've been at for many years. This could be leaving a home setting that we've been in for many years. This could be walking away from a business that we've been in for quite some time, that we've created for ourselves. Or this could simply be a mindset where we have so been focused on being this type of person. And this is where real disconnection happens, where we have been trying to fulfill a role instead of living ourselves with engagement into life, living ourselves in an engaged way into life. Meaning we are trying to fill the role of a mother or a father or a provider or a boss or a coworker or a mom, dad, sister, brother, you name it. And we're just trying to live up to a standard expectation. We're not trying to live into the best of our own individuality, of saying, I am so-and-so, and I'm going to fulfill my spiritually important role, not my spiritually important role as a mother, a father, a boss, a friend. I'm going to fulfill my spiritually important role as state your name. as a true individual, as a true singular being. And with this extra message saying it's time to go, there's some aspect of your life that it's time to leave. A cycle is coming to a close, and it's time to release that view of yourself, that person you were trying to be that was not in alignment with you, or the business you were trying to create that is not actually in alignment with what fills your cup, with what actually emotionally fulfills you. Or that family setting, possibly you thought you were starting a love connection and it didn't go anywhere, and it's time to maybe connect with new love, and it's time to leave an old relationship. And Spirit's saying it's time. It's time. And judgment comes in, judgment is the call from the divine. It is the call from God. It's the wake-up call of, here's the change. It's almost like being asked. It's like hearing your name called and realizing, oh my gosh, it's me. I'm the one being called up to be of service. And there's a little bit of that coming through here of, it's time for that change, and it's time to be of service to others in your life by being you, by being your authentic self, by looking in this cup and realizing what's in it for you, and being able to take that out and build a foundation from it. But in order to build a foundation, you have to clear away the rubble and leave behind what no longer fits, and what had at one point fit with an idea, a comparison, and get rid of that. And realize, nope, it's time for me to just be me. Not with a label on it, but me as the singular individual. All right, I know, I'm gonna get a couple extra cards here just to see if any extra special message wants to come through for you guys. And wow, I'm glad I did. The Sun, illumination. Perfect card to end on here. There's this quality coming through with the Sun and time to go, that there's an illumination coming for you. There's and with the Sun, this card shows a naked baby joyfully riding on the back of a horse, meaning this is getting back to you, getting back to your most innocent, pure version of yourself. And I love that there's an element too that it's like the baby's on the horse getting ready to go. It's time to go. It's like time to get on the back of the horse and giddy up. Let's get a move on it. Let's get a move on it as me and see where Spirit's ready to take me into this next cycle. Beautiful message, Capricorn. I hope you guys have a good second half to January, and I hope it's one where you get a chance to really reconnect with who you are and get ready to start building those new foundations. Get ready for new love, get ready for love of yourself, and get ready to start loving the things you're going to bring in for yourself. Alrighty, if you would like to illuminate your own personal spiritual importance and to see how it can be of service to yourself and others, you can click on the link in the description box below to book either a personal reading or a one-on-one coaching session. And I look forward to reading for you again in February. Bye, Capricorn.